Tertulians. I hope you are fit and fine and enjoying at your home. So last time we discussed the topic of science, which was wind. We have discussed the types of wind and characteristics of wind. Today we will discuss about the types of storms. I have given you an idea about the types of storms last time too. It was like the storms, it can be severe or it can be moderate. Depending upon the intensity of storm, it can be divided in two categories, severe and moderate. Severe means if it is a very high speed wind, then it is severe storm. Now these severe storms can be further classified into various categories. For example, we call it cyclones in India, typhoons and tornadoes. According to the various geographical locations, we give it the different names. For example, if it is in India, we will call it cyclone. If it is in East Asia, in Japan or Philippines, we will call it typhoon. And if it is in USA, Canada, we call it tornado. So, briefly we will discuss about cyclones and tornadoes. What are cyclones? What are tornadoes? When these occur, okay? And after this, what are the safety measures which we must take during a cyclone? All these things we are going to discuss today. Firstly, let's take the topic cyclone. Cyclones are the high-speed wind storms which occur when there is, for example, water bodies are there and there is a high temperature over the water bodies. Then what will happen? Over those tropical oceans, the air will get warm, and when the air will get warm, the air will rise up, and the air surrounding that central part will push it inwards. So what will happen? Where the air is warmed up over the heat bodies, over the water bodies, then there will be low pressure. So cyclones, firstly we will say cyclones are violent storms which speed can vary from 120 to 200 km per hour. This can be the speed of storm, the cyclone. And these these cyclones are actually these around calm central area. So this calm central area around which strong wind rotates, called a cyclone. Right? This cyclone occurs when water bodies get heated. So how this happens? Let me explain you. When the water bodies get heated, what will happen? The air will get warm, and when the warm air rises up, I have already told you in previous class, the low pressure is created over there, right? So that low pressure will help in creating this cyclone, because over one place there is a low pressure, over another place there will be high pressure. So wind will start flowing from high pressure to low pressure. So those winds will be faster, right? So these water bodies, when gets heated, lead to cyclones. Now next are tornadoes. Actually, when this water bodies gets heated, when it turns into cyclones, so the low pressure is created. Now this low happens actually when water bodies are there and the water of when this water gets warm up, when this heat comes, from where this heat comes actually, when the water becomes warm and the water changes into water vapor, then water actually changes into gaseous state, right? And that gaseous state is vapor state. What happens? This vapor state changes back into water droplets. When this changes into water droplets, because at higher altitudes, when this vapor gets condensed, again the heat is released. So that heat we call it latent heat. We call it latent heat. This latent heat actually creates the low pressure over the tropical oceans, right? So this low pressure which gets created over the tropical oceans, this leads to the formation of cyclones. So these cyclones formed over water bodies when due to tropical oceans. The next our topic is tornadoes. We will compare the cyclones and tornadoes in one table. I'll explain you later. But firstly, let's see what are tornadoes. Actually, tornadoes are violent spinning storm. These are violent spinning storm in the shape of a dark funnel. In the shape of dark funnel, ending or we will say with a narrow ending on the land. With a narrow ending on the land. So it looks like something like this. In the shape of a dark funnel, these tornadoes appear. Right? So tornadoes are violent spinning storms in the shape of a dark funnel with a narrow ending on the land. These are accompanied by strong winds, heavy rains, and everything what comes in their path that gets destroyed, because their speed can vary or can be maximum up to 550 km per hour. Its speed remains maximum up to 200 km per hour, but tornado speed can reach up to 550 km per hour. Now we'll discuss some of the, it is mostly formed over land, but when these form over water, we call it water spouts, right? So next is we will discuss the differences between the cyclones and the tornadoes. I'll discuss 5 to 6 points one by one. So first is formation. Next is size. Then duration. Then strength. And we will discuss about the advanced warning. So, formation, first point. In cyclones, what happens? These form mostly over the water bodies, right? Mostly over bodies. And this is the reason they bring heavy rains with them. Means the cyclones are accompanied by strong winds and heavy rains. But in case of tornadoes, these form mostly over land and when formed over water, we will call it water spouts. So this is the first difference. The next is size. It ranges from 100 to 2000 kilometers. But the tornadoes, its range can be maximum up to half. Maximum it could be 3.5 kilometers, which we have seen till now, but otherwise average it could be half kilometer. Right? Next, in case of duration, it can last several days or maximum up to 31 days. This is the maximum value. And the tornadoes, it can last a few hours, mostly from 10 to 15 minutes, but maximum it can be up to 3.5 hours long. The next is strength, or we will call it like the frequency. These cyclones occur mostly, we will call it not as compared to the tornadoes. Tornadoes occur frequently 800 to 1000 in a month, sorry, in a year, per year, and it can be 100 to 200 per year. Right? Advance warning. For cyclones, we will get warning for a couple of days, like several days before we can have the warning. Several days before we can get the warning that yes, cyclone can occur. But tornadoes, just a few minutes early, we get the warning for these. And this is the reason that we are able to prevent ourselves from cyclones, but tornadoes, they cause heavy destruction, right? So these are some of the differences. The next topic which we will discuss, that is safety measures during a storm. In cyclone-prone areas where there is the possibility that the cyclone occurs frequently, in those areas we should take some safety measures, which are as follows. Point number 1. Firstly, never take shelter under a tree. Whenever there is a storm, don't take shelter under a tree. The first point is, do not take shelter under a tree. Next, do not touch electrical appliances or switches, etc. During thunderstorm, we should not touch electrical appliances, switches with our wet hands. Next is, you should take already some numbers with you. They are called as emergency numbers. So you should be having, you should keep it handy, all the emergency services phone numbers. So emergency services numbers like hospital, ambulance, police, fire brigade, etc. should be kept handy. Next point is you should be having food supply, emergency food supply in waterproof bags. In waterproof bags, right? So in case of if any emergency exists, at least you may not die of hunger. You should have some food supply in your waterproof bag. The next is always listen to the weather forecast. On TV, radio, etc. It's very important, my dear students. You should always listen to the weather forecast, that what kind of weather it can be, right? Next, you should have your mobiles, batteries, lamps or other electrical appliances must be charged. So these are all, the last is first aid kit. First aid kit with useful medicines, or you can say with emergency medicines. Should be kept handy. So all these points we should keep in mind whenever there is any weather forecast, that yes, storm, cyclone, these things can occur, right? So never take shelter under a tree. Don't touch with your wet hands any electrical appliance. You should have your emergency service numbers ready with you. Emergency food supply in waterproof bags, and mobile phones, lamps, other appliances must be charged, and first aid kit should be ready with you, right? Okay, so here our chapter finishes. Next time I'll come with the next chapter. Till then, you just keep on revising this chapter. I'll be giving you the PDF which will contain the back answer, question answers of your this chapter. Okay, I'll give you question answers. You all have to write the question answers in your notebook. Your handwriting must be very much neat and clean, because when you come here to the Gurukul, I'll check your notebooks and I'll hope that your work must be done neat and clean. Thank you. Have a nice day.